Can you imagine a protagonist that his personality is beyond human intelligence and has extreme power? This is totally different from the reality we live in, but make sure, these characters like to make a slight impression so they can go unnoticed. This may be a little cliche for you, but we promise to surprise you, as these characters are incredibly powerful. But before the video, leave your like and subscribe to the channel, so you can follow other videos here. As always, let's get to the top 10 anime where the MC is overpowered and badass, but pretends to be weak.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
At number 10 is Blood Lad. Stas Charlie Blood is a powerful vampire who rules the eastern district of Demon World. According to rumors, he is a bloodthirsty and merciless monster. But in reality, Stas is just an otaku obsessed with Japanese culture and completely uninterested in human blood, leaving the management of his territory to his underlings. Stas spends his days lazing around, indulging in anime, manga, and games. When Fuyumi Yanagi, a Japanese girl, accidentally wanders through a portal leading into the demon world, Stas is overjoyed. But just as he is starting to feel an unusual attraction to her, his territory is attacked, resulting in Fuyumi's untimely death. She turns into a wandering ghost, and the crestfallen Stas vows to resurrect her, as this would mean being able to travel to the human world, something he has always dreamed of. Blood Lad follows Stas and Fuyumi, soon joined by the spatial magician Belle and the half-werewolf Wolf, as they travel to find a magic that can bring humans back to life. And at number 9 is Horizon in the Middle of Nowhere. In the far future, humans abandon a devastated Earth and travel to outer space. However, due to an unknown phenomenon that prevents them from traveling into space, humanity returns to Earth only to find it inhospitable except for Japan. To accommodate the entire human population, pocket dimensions are created around Japan to house the populace. In order to find a way to return to outer space, the humans began reenacting human history according to the Holy Book Testament. But in the year 1413 of the Testament era, the nations of the pocket dimensions invade and conquer Japan, dividing the territory into feudal fiefdoms and forcing the original inhabitants of Japan to leave. It is now the year 1648 of the Testament era. The refugees of Japan now live in the city ship Musashi, where it constantly travels around Japan while being watched by the Testament Union, the authority that runs the reenactment of history. However, rumors of an apocalypse and war begin to spread when the Testament stops revealing what happens next after 1648. Taking advantage of this situation, Tori Ao, head of the Musashi Era Dust Academy's Supreme Federation and president of the Student Council, leads his fellow classmates to use this opportunity to regain their homeland. And at number 8 is Undefeated Bahamut Chronicle. Lux, a former prince of an empire named Arcadia that was overthrown via rebellion 5 years earlier, accidentally trespasses in a female dormitory's bathing area, sees the kingdom's new princess Lishasharte naked, incurring her wrath. Lishasharte then challenges Lux to a drag ride duel. Drag rides are ancient armored mechanical weapons that have been excavated from ruins all around the world. Lux used to be called the strongest Drag Knight, but now he's known as the undefeated weakest Drag Knight because he will absolutely not attack in battle. After his duel with Lishasharte, Lux ends up attending the female-only academy that trains royals to be Drag Knights. And at number 7 is Katana Gatari. In an Edo-era Japan lush with a variety of sword-fighting styles, Shichika Yashiri practices the most unique one, Kyotoryu, a technique in which the user's own body is wielded as a blade. This enigmatic seventh head of the Kyotori school, Shichika lives quietly in exile with his sister Nanami until one day, the wildly ambitious strategist Togame barges into their lives. Togami brazenly requests that Shichika help in her mission to collect 12 unique swords, known as the Deviant Blades, for the shogunate. Shichika accepts, interested in the girl herself rather than petty politics, and thus sets out on a journey. Standing in their way are the fierce wielders of these legendary weapons, as well as other power-hungry entities who seek to thwart Togami's objective. In order to prevail against their enemies, the duo must become an unbreakable team as they forge ahead on a path of uncertainty and peril. And at number 6 is Akashic Records of the Bastard Magic Instructor. The Alzano Empire is home to one of the most distinguished magic schools in the world, the Alzano Imperial Magic Academy. Here, ambitious young students undergo training to become competent magicians. Sistine Feeble, a stern noble girl, and her bright-eyed best friend, Rumia Tingle, attend the academy, determined to cultivate their magical skills. However, their world is thrown for a loop when their favorite teacher suddenly retires and the enigmatic Glenn Radars replaces him. His lazy and indifferent attitude towards life and magic quickly put him at odds with his class. What's more, nefarious forces hidden within the Empire's walls start to become active, and Sistine, Rumia, and Glenn find themselves caught up in their schemes. Akashic records of Bastard Magic Instructor follow Sistine, who is captivated by a mysterious floating sky castle, Rumia, who is haunted by a troubled past, and Glenn, who may be more than meets the eye. Though completely different on the surface, they are inexplicably bound by a thread of fate. And at number 5 is Full-Time Magister. The aloof high schooler Mo Fan has found himself in a universe similar, yet distinctly different from his own mundane one. It's a place where magic has replaced the essence of science. Here, the most capable students are taught to master the wonders of spellworking to fend off large, devastating beasts that lurk in the forest surrounding the city. Like his previous life, Mo Fan remains the son of a poor laborer and the older stepbrother to a crippled sister. Despite these disadvantages, he dreams of attending a magic school to become a magician, a highly respected and lucrative trade, in order to repay his father for his hard work. Mo Fan is accepted into a renowned magic institution. However, rumors spread about his poverty and lack of magical ability, labeling him as the laughingstock of the school. Nonetheless, Mo Fan manages to harness not only the powerful fire element, but also the rare lightning element. Now armed with dual abilities, what dangerous encounters will the versatile mage face? And at number 4 is Magic Kaito 1412. 8 years after the mysterious death of his father, Kaito Kuroba, a slightly mischievous but otherwise ordinary teenager, discovers a shocking secret. The Phantom Thief Kaito Kid, also known as the Magician Under the Moonlight, was none other than his own father. The former thief was murdered by a criminal organization seeking a mythical stone called the Pandora Gem, said to shed a tear with the passing of the Valley Comet that comes every 10,000 years. When the tear is consumed, the gem supposedly grants immortality. Vowing to bring those responsible for his father's death to justice, Kaito dons the Phantom Thief's disguise, dealing priceless jewels night after night to find the Pandora Gem before his enemies can use the power for themselves. And at number 3 is The Disastrous Life of Saiki K. Within an abandoned building in South Korea lies a white coffin, from which rises Caddis and Trauma de Rael's Rise, an unimaginably beautiful, dignified, and noble man. Awakening in this unknown time, Rai must seek out someone he can trust, his loyal companion, Frankenstein. To begin with, Rai attempts to blend into human society by transforming his old-fashioned clothing into the pristine blazer of the nearby Yeran High School. As it turns out, the principal of the school is his servant Frankenstein. After slumbering for the past 820 years, Rai requires Frankenstein's help to adapt to the current age. So, Frankenstein enrolls him as the new student in order to help him understand modern society and experience a normal life. Frankenstein's plans, however, soon go awry, not only because of the problems stemming from modern society, but also unresolved conflicts from him and his master's troubled past. Left with no other choice, Rai must resort to using his mysterious power to protect those he holds dear. And at number 2 is Trigun. Vash the Stampede is the man with a $60 billion bounty on his head. The reason? He's a merciless villain who lays waste to all those that oppose him and flattens entire cities for fun, garnering him the title, the Humanoid Typhoon. He leaves a trail of death and destruction wherever he goes, and anyone can count themselves dead if they so much as make eye contact. Or so the rumors say. In actuality, Vash is a huge softie who claims to have never taken a life and avoids violence at all costs. With his crazy donut obsession and buffoonish attitude in tow, Vash traverses the wasteland of the planet Gunsmoke, all the while followed by 2 insurance agents, Meryl Streep and Millie Thompson, who attempt to minimize his impact on the public. But soon, their misadventures evolve into life or death situations as a group of legendary assassins are summoned to bring about the suffering of the trio. Vash's agonizing past will be unraveled, and his morality and principles pushed to the breaking point. And at number 1 is Classroom of the Elite. On the surface, Kudo Ikase Senior High School is a utopia. The students enjoy an unparalleled amount of freedom, and it is ranked highly in Japan. However, the reality is less than ideal. 4 classes, A through D, are ranked in order of merit, and only the top classes receive favorable treatment. Kiyotaka Aen no Koji is a student of Class D, where the school dumps its worst. There, he meets the unsociable Suzune Hirokita, who believes she was placed in Class D by mistake and desires to climb all the way to Class A, and the seemingly unmissable class idol Kikyo Kushida, who aims to make as many friends as possible. While class membership is permanent, class rankings are not. Students in lower ranked classes can rise in rankings if they score better than those in the top ones. Additionally, in Class D there are no bars on what methods can be used to get ahead. In this cutthroat school, can they prevail against the odds and reach the top? Well, this was today's video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to leave your like and to subscribe to the channel, and also enter on my Discord server. Link will be in the description. As always, see you in the next video.